I know that you guys have passed around the boot before, but this goes much bigger than that. You've always been supportive of the Radiothon, joined by Matthew Tomek and Larry joining us now. And guys, we certainly appreciate all of the support over the years.
The support is needed.
Absolutely.
It's deserved.
It's a great cause. I've believed in it from day number one.
It's a pleasure to be sponsoring such an event. The Ronald McDonald House is such a great organization. I couldn't imagine the stress of a parent being diagnosed with cancer, and this is just one less thing to have to deal with during the course of treatment and trips to St. Jude and everything. So we're privileged to be involved in this.
Well, and
Absolutely.
this year, presenting sponsor.
Yes,
Not just
yes.
a sponsor.
That's
Right.
Yeah, that's
The
right.
sponsor.
That's the big one. Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
was there any triggering event that I know you and Bad Dog? I vividly remember the conversations about he wanted to go to the training facility and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Was there a triggering event that popped you up to being the presenting sponsor this year?
I think that may have had something to do with it, Bad Dog's passing, and he was such a staunch supporter of the house. Our executive board members just realized the need to step up to the plate and support this organization, support this house.
One of the things we do is support the community here, and anybody that comes into the house is the community of Memphis, and we have to do that. I mean, that's what we are.
Yep.
Absolutely. Now, as firefighters, you guys do all kinds of rescue calls, all kinds of circumstances that people find themselves in trouble, and you're able to do something with. But I mean, yeah, when you think about it, if you get a diagnosis of cancer, there's not a whole lot of rescuing that can be done right away. I mean, there are some amazing technological advances that are going on over at St. Jude, but it's an iffy thing at first, and you've got to go through a long series of treatment, and that's exactly what the folks over here at the Ronald McDonald House in Memphis are doing. They're making it all possible. They're making it as easy as possible for folks that are going through that very process, and we certainly appreciate you guys stepping up to help support the Ronald McDonald House in their mission.
Yes. I know years ago, over at the fire station, one is over here, right across from St. Jude. That's where I worked for years ago, and I can remember when it was just St. Jude was just small.
Yep.
Just getting going, and this support was not there.
Right.
And now look at it. I mean, the people come in from all over the country, zero cost, and there's
Yeah.
no.
Well, it's I flew in from L.A. the other day, and it's just how it is. You just, I don't know, something about these. You just run into these St. Jude kids everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's, we're all sitting here in this room here in Memphis, and you're talking about fire station number 1 across the street from St. Jude, when there was all kinds of other things around St. Jude. And now I drove by there yesterday. I can't even believe how much property they have, and
Oh yeah.
and
It's huge.
it's unbelievable.
I
And
think St. Jude just recently celebrated 50 years.
Yeah.
this
at
year
the
is a
house.
50 year.
And
Danny Thomas's 100th birthday this year. But the Ronald McDonald House, y'all remember this. Well, first off, it wasn't here.
No.
All those kids were in hotels.
Right.
Yeah.
Then there was the first house, which was 24 rooms, and I believe you guys were somewhat involved then. Then there was expansion. Now there's 51, and I saw you out there on your phone.
Yeah, just checking my email.
But I also saw you. Yeah, we watch you.
Stop.
Good eye.
trying
Good
to
eye,
learn
good
from
eye.
the good guys.
That's
but,
right.
But I also watch you looking around. It's kind of, this is a nice view for us. It's kind of different to be here than
Sure.
sitting in the studio. It's
Right.
a whole different meaning, feeling. You said you do other things with the house. What else do you do other than giving lots of money? Do you
We
do
have
dinner?
participated in Feed the Families before. We've
And
done
what is
a
that?
couple
What
of
does that
times.
involve?
Well, that comes. You come in and you either cook for the families, or you have food catered in and you help serve it. Just being able to provide a meal for the families while they're here. You know, that's just.
So if I cooked for them, that'd be like punishment.
I
I'll
don't
tell you
know.
what, firefighters
It could
can cook
be.
now.
But you guys can
Could
cook.
be.
I mean,
There's one thing.
We are. I don't. This girlish figure didn't. May have come from a few dinners.
but
Yeah.
fire stations are known for like those putting on those big meals
Yeah,
there, right?
yeah.
And you go out. I've seen them. Not necessarily you, but maybe you, at the grocery store with the equipment. Because if you get a call, you got to go, right?
Right.
But stocking up, and it's like, yeah, I'd kind of like to go have dinner there tonight.
Yes, it's you know, you're having to feed, you know, in some places you're having to feed 10 people.
Yeah.
You know, depending on what station you're at. So,
Yeah. And then, so you're kind of predisposed to cooking for groups.
Oh, yes.
And what's that been like coming over here and cooking for the families?
I think it's a great experience. You know, St. Jude is probably one of the only places in this city that brings everybody together, and this is a piece of that. You know, this is a place that allows families to come have some sanctuary, some peace and quiet while they're going through such a terrible situation, and we're just glad we just play a small part. Just a small part, and we're happy to do that.
But you play.
Sure,
And
sure.
that's what makes
Yeah, that's right. It's not whether you win or lose. It's how you play the game.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we look at when we decide to do this is where the money goes. The money stays here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It doesn't go out to L.A.
Yeah.
L.A. comes to us.
Well, that's nice how you worked that in there.
Perfect.
But we're from here. I mean, you know, that your point is right. I
Right.
mean, you get involved in this, it's sort of like forever.
Right.
And
Yeah. Once you start, you can't stop.
right.
It's hard to stop. You can't. I
yeah,
mean, you just,
it's a good thing. It's a good feeling, and it's not. Bad Dog used to say, well, he used to say a lot of things.
some that can't be repeated
Some
on
of
the
them-
Oh, there will be. It'll just be much later at night. But about there's very few times in life that you really get to do something that makes a difference. You can do a lot of things, but this is one where you can do. You guys come in, you feed the families, do whatever. Being a presenting sponsor, that's a great thing today. But you all do much more than that, and you know, thank you. But that's not. What are the right words? Thank you.
Well, we're
It needs no thanks.
Yeah. Well, it does. I'm not smart enough to know the other words.
Just look around outside. You'll see where the thanks go to.
Yeah.
and a phone number for those of you out there who can call in with your donations, albeit small or large. 1-800-230-KIDS. 1-800-230-5437.
Absolutely.
Now-
And,
Speaking of money, I think, you know, part of the reason you're here, other than just coming back and saying hi, you had a nice donation to make, I think.
We did.
So we have some insider information on that.
Go for it.
No, that's all I know. That's the
Our-
extent.
our
I'm not really an
insider
insider.
have been seeking out the possibility, and by
Yeah.
golly, they came back and said yes, it's entirely possible.
So with that,
We got a check for you today for $12,000.
12,000. Yes.
What I'd like to do is we've got locals, International Association of Firefighters has locals, Collierville, Arlington, Memphis, Shelby County, Millington. I challenge them. I realize they can't do the 12,000, but they can do something.
Yeah.
So I asked them to pony up and come on and do what they can. And to go along with that, the Memphis Police Association, they're just as big as we are. Mike Williams, step up to the plate and come on.
There
do
you
you,
go.
do you have his? Do you happen to have his cell phone number or anything?
I do.
Because we could just call him.
Oh, I'm not gonna do it on that. He's a cop.
He can't. I'm not going to on that trick
Okay,
bag.
folks, the challenge is out there. Step up to the plate, guys. You heard it from the man. So
Well, I also want to say, you know, this whole Bad Dog thing, it's really hard for me to talk about.
Sure.
But I know your interaction with him, with me sitting here watching that, I know one of the things he liked to play with you about is being at the training center, and, you know, that we never, he really
That's
wanted
it,
to
yeah,
do that.
yeah.
I mean, he really wanted to do that. And unfortunately, with the way things turned out, it just wasn't meant to be. So maybe down the road is one of our things we could offer a tour up or something.
I tell you what we'll do. We'll offer you a spot in our upcoming 101 ops. And,
Me?
Yes. You come out there and play with us all day long. We'll put you into the turnouts. We'll put you into a fire building. All you got to do is tell us yes. It's going to be
Okay, I'll do
May
it.
5th.
May 5th. I'll do it. So we'll work that out.
Yeah, we'll
We'll
work
do
it
it.
out. We'll work
That's
it out.
very nice of you. We'll
I
do
know.
that. Yeah, here comes the. Yeah, there's always you guys with a hook.
You can't back out now.
I can back out of anything.
No, sir.
Now we're gonna call the policeman. I'm
There
going.
you go.
But hey, that's so nice of you to do that. Thank
Yeah.
you for your years
Thank
of
you
support.
so much for all these years of
Yeah,
support.
and the leadership, and throwing this out there to the community. It's beyond the money. It's the heart. Thank you for bringing your heart to us. We appreciate that.
And let's throw that phone number out one more time.
Absolutely.
I'm
It's
being told to.
800-230-KIDS.